The Eagles beat the Chiefs for a third straight game, 20-17 this time. They go to 2-0. Chiefs fall to 0-2. It was an ugly game, just as I said it would be in the preview, and I almost nailed the score prediction. I said 21-17 in the preview episode, but 20-17, that's about as close as it gets. So I can't complain with that. It was very similar to the regular season game against the Chiefs back in 2023, which was also a Super Bowl rematch. Obviously, we played them in the 2022 Super Bowl. I think we won that game 21-17, so pretty much identical in scoring, a pretty big swing play and a couple missed chances for the Chiefs, but we got the win. That's all that matters. It's pretty damn awesome how the Eagles just had the Chiefs' number recently. Again, 3 in a row. The only person to win, or the only team to win 3 straight games against the Chiefs and Mahomes is Joe Burrow, who did it 3 times in a row. But there's the lead to a Super Bowl, so really nobody has done it like the Eagles have done it. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty rare to beat dynasties like this. So great game all around. So let's get into the game. I want to start this episode by addressing the Jalen Hurts situation. I have full confidence in Jalen. My concern right now is the offensive coordinator and Kevin Patullo. That's my concern. Jalen has already proven that he can throw the ball and be that guy. We did it all we had all these doubts all last year, and he goes out, wins Super Bowl MVP, and balled out in the playoffs. But Kevin Patullo is definitely a little concerning. So first-time coordinator on the offensive side, well, on any side. I still feel fine with this team, and I think they will figure things out, but the offense is just too predictable right now. And it reminds me a lot of 2022 Brian Johnson. Now, I don't want to get too overreactive. It's week 2. We did just beat the Chiefs. Obviously, they represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. But it's definitely something to look at. And Kellen Moore, he was an offensive coordinator before coming to the Eagles last season, so it's not like he was coming in a new role, in a new job entirely. So it's just something to think about. So this is a tweet I found. Shane Haff was the guy that tweeted this. The Eagles formation, this is their tipping their plays pretty much. 11 total plays from the pistol, and 1 of them was a pass. 14 plays from under center, and 0 of them were passes. 33 plays from shotgun, 26 of them were passes. So there were 25 combined plays from pistol or under center, and the first play of the game was a pass. Then there were 24 straight runs. Even if you exclude the 7 tush-push plays, which is kind of fair to exclude a little bit, 17 of 18 plays from those formations were run plays. And of the 7 shotgun runs, 2 were back-to-back carries by A.J. Dillon in the first half, and 2 were draw plays on 3rd and 15, 3rd and 16. If you exclude those draw plays, that is an 84% pass rate from the shotgun. And if the Eagles line up in the shotgun, there's an 84% chance to pass play. And if they don't, there's a 95% chance to run play. That's bad. It's just way too predictable. And that is not the only thing that is bad. The route trees are terrible. When we need some big first downs or some big gains, and A.J. Brown has some one-on-one coverage and he's still just running slants, the corners are draped all over him just because they know what's coming. And he made the really nice one-handed catch this past game and to get a big first down. But it's just too easy. He should be getting a little bit of a go and kind of an out route or a back corner post to closer to the end zone at least, something to try and stretch the field out. I don't really know, because this is bad. Maybe a dig route, anything. He's just running slants, and even the commentators, Tom Brady, mentioned it throughout the game, just how predictable it really is. It's a problem. It really is, and I have A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith in fantasy football, and I'm suffering from this right now. Kevin Patullo is a problem. He really is. So, listen, it's week 2. We got off to a slow start last year as well. We lost to the Falcons week 2 last year. It's just something to look at with the new coordinator, because I am a little concerned right now. So, Jalen Hurts' full stat line, 15 to 22 completions with 101 yards, just 101, 0 passing touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 9 carries for 15 yards and 1 touchdown. It was the tush-push touchdown. I promise you that if you still believe Jalen is the problem, you really don't know what you're talking about. You absolutely do not know what you're talking about. 2 games through this season, and it's all on the coordinator. Seriously. Jalen Hurts already proved it all last year. We don't need him to do it anymore to know that this is not his fault. So, again, if you really think that this is Jalen Hurts, you're just trying to find ways to hate, man. And nobody can help you, because you're blinded. So I don't give a crap, honestly. 2 games through the season, though, still no passing touchdowns. And I truly believe it's all on Kevin Patullo, and the numbers are there to back that up. So in this game, A.J. Brown, 5 receptions for 27 yards. Devontae Smith, 4 receptions for 53 yards. He had the big 28-yard catch that set up the push touchdown. But it's something that's got to be addressed. And obviously, fantasy football doesn't indicate much of anything. But to put in those terms, A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, through 2 weeks, have not cleared 10 points, which is putrid. That's just. I know I'm not trying to get into fantasy. I'm just talking in terms of like the numbers that they're putting up and what's happening on the field. So the big offensive weapon for the Eagles, Saquon Barkley, not with the flashiest stat line, 88 rushing yards, 1 rushing touchdown, 22 carries, but he controlled this game, and those yards were earned. They were grinded out. It was not easy at all for both offenses to gain yards. So really good job by Saquon Barkley. Offensively, we're able to do enough right now with the way our defense played, but I want to see it pick up big time. So the other big note is just how good Jake Elliott has been so far through the first 2 weeks. He made last year he made only one 50-plus yard field goal. I think it was like 1 for 5, 1 for 6. This year he's already 3 for 3 on 50-plus yard field goals. So Jake Elliott is back. That's big time, and we're going to need that down the stretch, especially if our offense doesn't pick up. So it's glad to have Jake Elliott to get his swagger back. But that's really it offensively. Let's get to the defensive side. We looked pretty good. There's really no run game for the Chiefs except for a couple of Mahomes scrambles, which, that is what it is. Isaiah Pacheco just 22 yards off 10 carries. Kareem Hunt, he had 31 yards off 8 carries. But for the most part, they were bottled up, and that was something that I did predict going into this game just because of the lack of weapons, and we can kind of control them in the run game. We did have 2 sacks, one for Moro Ojomo and a half sack for Zadarius Smith in his debut with the Eagles, and the other half sack going to Andrew Makuba. And also on Makuba, he made the big INT at the goal line, which completely changed the game for the Eagles. He also ran out to the 40. I know Travis Kelce bobbled it, but Andrew Makuba really is a ball hawk. It just feels like the game goes to him. Like he gets chances to do stuff like this, and I had to say I'm starting to like him. Obviously, plays like this definitely help. But we did have 10 QB hits as well. Jahad Campbell, Zach Ball, Andrew Makuba, Zadarius Smith, Jalix Hunt, they all had 1. Moro Ojomo had 2, and Jalen Carter led the team with 3. So we did have some good pressure on Mahomes. Obviously, big time to have Jalen Carter back. The defense did look better than it did last week. Granted, the Chiefs were without both Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice. Still, good job by the defense, and we were out without Dallas Goedert. So that was one less weapon that the Chiefs had to worry about. So the defense, pretty solid job. Overall, an ugly game, which is going to happen between two really good teams, but we got the job done. And with the Commanders losing this past Thursday to the Packers, the Eagles are already in sole possession of first place in the NFC East. As the Giants, they lost to the Cowboys. So the Giants are 0-2, Cowboys are 1-1, Commanders are 1-1, and then the Eagles are top at 2-0. So, big-time win. Eagles will host the Rams at 1 o'clock on Sunday, and we'll have a preview out later in the week and a recap out after the game. But overall, I'm happy. We got to fix Kevin Patullo's situation. We got to get A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith going because this is bad. So, all right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Go Birds.